time I say that, I mean, we are getting started with more programming here at the CES Creator Space. Last day here, but the day will be action-packed, let me tell you. And right now we're getting into leveling up and building confidence and community for gamers, presented by Dubit. And I'm super excited for this one. And we've got, who's moderating here? Oh, it's a conversation. I love that. I love a little like open conversation. Hopefully it's interactive. People could ask questions. All right, so let's bring on everyone. We've got Andrew Douthwaite. Andrew Douthwaite, CCO of Dubit. Give it up for Andrew. Lindsay Scales, Associate Director, Acne Skincare Galderma. Valerie Vacante, VP of Solutions and Innovation at Denstu. Yes. All right, give them some good vibes and energy for this great conversation. Take it away.
Thank you very much for the introduction. All right, so today we're here to talk to the creator community about our campaign Level Up. So just to really, again, to introduce ourselves, I'm Lindsay Scales. I'm the Associate Director at Galderma. So you probably haven't heard of Galderma. It's the parent company of the skincare brands we hold, but you probably know the brands I work on, Cetaphil and Differin.
Great. I am Val Vacante, VP of Solutions Innovation at Denstu.
And I'm Andy Douthwaite from Dubit. We help brands enter platforms like Roblox. Excited to be here today.
So I have the brand hat on today, right? I'm the big bad client that you guys have to interact with, but I think it's important as we set up the campaign we did today that what I'm always going to come into these conversations in mind with is how can I partner with you to solve a challenge for a consumer or a shopper or address an opportunity for them. And so the challenge that we were addressing in this campaign was about how, you know, even though there's this trend of acne confidence and people are okay wearing patches on their face out, whether they have shapes or they stand out, there's more acne acceptance and confidence. There's still a need to solve it. Consumers still don't want to have acne every day. And so we're trying to figure out how can we make it more fun for them to learn about acne education, get our great products into their hands without the same old like, here's your routine, here's your cleanser. We wanted to make it more fun and more applicable to Gen Z, and Gen Alpha, really. And so with that, the other thing that your client, your brand person is always gonna have a love-hate relationship with are numbers, right? So when we look at numbers, we're often saying, can we find scale? If we can't find scale, can we find the engagement? And, you know, cherry on top, can we find the hook in either of those as well? So I won't go through all of these numbers here, but a couple of things that made this campaign really viable and come to life was scale. So 50 million Americans have acne, and 85% of people aged 12 to 24 are going to experience acne at some point. So then, okay, we have our problem we need to solve for them. What are they doing? That age range, 90% of them are playing games. So, okay, we have our consumer, we know what they're doing. What about a hook? What can we do a little bit different? Well, we know 77% of people in the gaming environment are not just there for the fun, but they're there for the community. So this is when things start to come together, and there's a conversation that can be had, but we're not quite sure yet. As the brand team, we're like, what are we going to do? We have the numbers, we have the challenge, but that's where our content creators and our agencies come into play.
Yeah, and that really brings us to the solution that we collaborated on together. And that solution is really creating the first of its kind Level Up campaign, really focused on supporting gamers with that acne care education to build confidence and community. We actually took the campaign, we launched in Q4 last year, late last year. And what I'm going to do now is actually play the latest spot for the campaign. Yeah, are you guys pumped now? Yeah. And so having launched the campaign late last year, we are so excited to share some of the results with you all today. I won't go through all of these, but it's always exciting when you can kind of see the proof in the pudding, right? And so here, just some of the big numbers to shout out: 247 million impressions. We have double-digit growth in brand awareness. So we love when the charts do this, right? And on top of it, an awareness, engagement, those are great. But we're also excited to share that we have 5,800% increase in purchase intent. So people actually wanting to go purchase the product itself. We're seeing a 52% conversion rate. So people are actually buying and trying the product. And then just lastly, to round it out here, there's 1.2 million minutes watched on our Differin Duo shoppable stream that we had on Twitch, and that featured Nikkei30 and Chica, the Fortnite icons that you all may know and love. And with that, what's next? Feel free to scan. But what's next? Why are we here today? Why do we have Andy from Dubit? Why do we have Lindsay from Differin? Why am I here from Denstu? Well, we are pleased to unveil to this stellar group here that Differin is the first acne care brand on Roblox. And now we're going to cut to a video really showcasing the experience. Yeah, exciting, right?
Well, yeah, there we have it. It's there. You've seen it. Here is the Level Up lobby coming to Roblox in Q1. We effectively built a virtual pop-up lobby for players to go and interact, learn about acne care, and also play fun mini games. But not just go in and play and learn, but also get rewarded for games that they already love, they're already playing on a daily basis. And so we'll be launching this in 5 different partner games this quarter. We'll get to the next one. And so here we go. Here are the five games. We've got Newsmith, we've got Teamwork Puzzles, we've got Carry a Friend, Paradise RP, and The Floor is Lava, which is a huge game. These 5 games have had a total of over 4 billion plays in their lifetime, and they get around 40 to 50 million monthly active players. So they're huge games with a really diverse audience, and we selected these games based on the requirements from the client and wanted to find games that really fit the target audience. And so what we'll be doing in these games is, as I said, launching this pop-up lobby, letting players interact, complete mini games, but also get boosts in games they're already playing. It's not like we're giving them a new behavior. You could be playing an obstacle course and you get a speed boost for interacting with it. So we're giving players something they want, and they're learning while they're playing fun mini games and doing that. Yeah. And we've got a variety of ways to play.
Of course we do, right? So with that, there's 3 core ways of playing. So one is play, learn, earn, as Lindsay said, really giving people that educational aspect of it, but doing it a really fun way. And people can go in, they play the mini games that you saw, and then they're rewarded, as Andy mentioned, with that in-game reward for the game they're already know and love and there to play. The other part is the more you play, the more you earn, right? So play more, earn more. And with that, basically if you visit the games regularly, on your 5th visit, then you have a chance to win that UGC custom item for your forever wear collection that we call it. And then additionally, there is a buy, scan, play component, and where if you upload a receipt, this is a big deal. If you upload a receipt from any retailer for any different product from any retailer Differin is sold, you also earn those in-game rewards. So Of course, no purchase necessary. And I'd like to turn it over to Lindsay here to kind of dive deeper into that.
Yeah, I'm just going to do a really quick double click on what that part of the campaign was about and why it was important to the brand, me, the client. And a lot of the times when we partner with creators, always ask the brand, what's the KPI? What does success look like for us in this partnership? And any time that we can tie that KPI back to a retail sale, for me, is a huge win. Of course, the leading indicators, awareness, engagement, those are huge KPIs, but if I can add in that sale, that allows me to go to my retailers and say, hey, I'm not just doing a marketing campaign, I'm doing something to drive someone to your shelf or your digital shelf. So this really allowed us to do that, and it was the partnership with Denstu and Dubit where they listened to me, what do I need this campaign to do for me and for our consumer? And so we have a short video we'll play here, but what basically, it's what Val said, is anywhere that you can buy Differin, it's sold nationwide, if you scan the receipt and it does the text lookup to find that product in the receipt, and then once it's validated, it goes straight through to your Roblox game. So it clicks through to the 5 games that we are partnering with through Dubit, and you get your in-game rewards right there. So that's a very seamless experience, and it allows us to have that omni-channel, digital and in real life connection point. So quick video on what that process looks like to scan your receipt and get the level ups in Roblox. That's awesome. Thank you. And so this is announced here. This is the first time the world is seeing it. We are putting it out into the games in Q1. We are so excited for acne sufferers to really get to engage with this, play the different games, our foam blaster where you get to experience a foam cleanser, our zit zapper, our patch where you get to slap patches on your Roblox characters. So very fun and exciting games coming to the Roblox community, and excited to be the first acne care brand on Roblox. And so we just thank you guys for coming today and for listening. Make sure to check us out on LinkedIn, follow us, and you'll be able to see exactly when the campaign goes live. And here are our contact info so you can find that. And then I think we've got a few minutes actually left if we have any questions from the audience.
It's you. If anyone has a question, let me know. I have a microphone. This is your moment to shine.
They weren't ready to be put
Oh
on the
yeah, we
spot.
do have a question. Your name, where are you from?
My name's David. I was born in Florida.
Oh my God, what happened to your voice?
CES.
Yes, I hear you. Take care of yourself. Hydrate. So what's your question?
How do you plan on getting just marketing and accessibility into your virtual experience that you guys were talking about?
That's a great point. So it does need some surround sound, right? So we partner with our media agency, Denstu, and we are doing media around it to help drive there. So we also purchase through YouTube, through Reddit, through TikTok, and through Twitch. And so, with TikTok, we're working with TikTok influencers to, play our game and say, hey, you can play too. You can get these level ups, these power ups. You can win the UGC. And then also sharing on the Reddit community, which we know is a great place for gaming and hacks to be shared. And so when people realize that, oh, you can get level ups in your favorite game by doing this different mini game experience, we're hoping that picks up steam and kind of helps share the news in a bit of a natural way on finding the experience.
Well, and it's such a great point. We're here, we're in the creator space, and the campaign itself really focuses on that community aspect. So, like Lindsay said, really teaming up with, the TikTok creators, being on YouTube, surround sounding it in the likes of Reddit. We really want to be where our community lives.
Yeah, I'd just add to that the games have such huge audiences as it stands already. So purely by going into those games, you're reaching millions of players effectively, and they're there that they have their own communities on the platform. We often see a lot of organic content created by doing these types of activation, just by giving away a free reward or an avatar item. So there's a lot of amplification on platform as well that we're doing.
And I think what's really exciting is that it's no purchase necessary and anybody can play anytime. Like Lindsay said, we love the retail component of it, but we did want to make it more accessible for everyone to participate and play.
That was a great question. Any other questions? Yes. Oh, hello.
Knowing how like the Roblox audience is like mostly kids, how and then you suggested like the acne program like pitch. I don't know a whole lot of kids who have acne, but like, are you planning to expand your market or like introduce more products or something like that?
That is such. I'm love that question. Thank you. The good news is this campaign is targeted for 13 plus. So and we're seeing over 60% of Roblox players are 13 plus. So a lot of people really think Roblox, is for kids, but as Roblox ages, so is that audience is aging up, and then we're also having that experience 13 plus.
Yeah, I'd just add that, as part of the partner game selection was making sure that the games have a larger audience of older players. So it comes down to which games you go on. Of course, there are kids that play Roblox, and there's tons of games that are catered to younger audiences, but we've been really selective with the games we've partnered with here to make sure we're hitting that over 13 audience.
And I think, too, it's important that we partner together on then what are the right products to share in this channel. Like, obviously, skincare brands, any brands, they're going to have a whole portfolio. But since we did decide to do this on Roblox, we sat down and talked together, what are the right products to feature if the audience is going to skew on the younger side? Maybe they're 13. So, Differin has products that are prescription strength, and we specifically chose not to show those in this campaign, but we show acne patches, acne cleanser, because a younger audience may just be starting to get into that stage of life where they're getting pimples, getting acne. And so, starting with the products that are like the entry point into acne care. So it's important to not just have the marketing campaign, but the right product connection to that campaign and to the audience.
Any other questions as we wrap things up? All right, we'll give it up for our panelists today and this great conversation. Thank you so much
For having us.
Yes,
Thank you
that
for
was the
having
first
us.
presentation we had.